Okay, so our brother here from over there in the Philippines had received this very important dream from Yah after watching one of my recent posts about Kishu Inu. Hey, brother, I just want to say thank you so much for going ahead and sharing your dream that Yah had given you concerning Kishu Inu. You know, God will greatly bless you for your faithfulness. Now, guys, in a minute, I'll jump right into the charts and see if we can figure out where Kishu Inu is going next. But before we go ahead and do that, let's very quickly jump into this brother's dream and see if we can decipher it.
Number two, I have never in my life felt drawn to Kishu Inu. And Kishu Inu was never to me the prophetic coin. I just thought that it was a coin doing well that some people in the wealth transfer community had invested in and were talking about. And it had gone silent for a long time. I didn't hear anything about Kishu Inu. But I never had any desire to purchase that coin. I never thought it was a prophetic coin. And so I watched this video and I just thought, interesting, not for me, and I left it alone.
Okay, so at one point he mentioned that at first he wasn't sure if this dream was from God, but this latter statement that he made is the very concrete proof that this dream was directly from God. Because from the very moment that I listened to it, this was the proof that it was from God. The very fact that it wasn't in his intention to purchase Kishu Inu, and to him it was not at all a prophetic coin, and he wasn't into it at all. And this dream that was given to him was in direct opposition to his thoughts about Kishu Inu. That right there tells you that this dream was not coming from his subconscious or anything like that. If that were the case, then he would see something that he would expect, that he was expecting, or something that he wanted to happen, which was Volt Inu running first. And so I have to commend you, my brother, for going ahead and seeking the Lord concerning these things, you know, whenever we're in circumstances like this. And that is very rare in the body of Christ. And I'm pretty sure that Yah is very pleased with you. Hence why you're going to be rewarded. You're going to be blessed greatly as a result, you know, because of your faithfulness in seeking out the Lord and trusting in him and taking action.
That night, this is like 3 nights ago, went to sleep, had this dream. In the dream, it looked like I was at a slave auction because I was standing up and there were 2 beings in front of me. And there was someone dressed a bit smarter who I knew was auctioning. Now these 2 beings in front of me, this is going to sound funny, were life-size meme coins. Not in coin form, just the characters from meme coins. And I knew the first one was Kishu Inu. The other one, I can't remember which coin it was, but it looked like it was a tiger. All I remembered thinking in the dream was, nope, I'm still not interested in buying either of them. That's what I remembered thinking. As I'm about to turn away, the person conducting this auction grabbed my hand and grabbed Kishu Inu's hand and caused us to be together. And he said, this is your partner. And it felt like in the dream that I was being forced to marry Kishu Inu.
Okay, so he was at a slave auction and he was standing in proximity to the auctioneer. And in close proximity also to him was these life-size cryptocurrency characters in life-size. So immediately the first thing here that I pick up is that these cryptocurrencies are at a slave auction because for him, they will be slaves. You see, they're literal servants. And their whole purpose is to serve him, hence why he's there. He was literally there to purchase servants or slaves. And that's the whole purpose of these cryptocurrencies. They will serve him very well. Now, I also find it to be very interesting that even within this dream, because he was still not yet convinced that Kishu Inu was a prophetic coin, he was just not believing or not at all ready to accept Kishu Inu, even within this dream experience. I find that to be very interesting. That again, guys, acts as proof that this was not a made-up dream. Because had it been something coming from his subconscious or anything else, inspired by something he had seen, it would go in alignment with what he wanted to occur. But this was the exact opposite of what he was thinking. It was the exact opposite of his thoughts at the time. And so right throughout the experience, he was just continuously unwilling to accept these coins. So he was holding on to what he had previously known, and it was very uncomfortable for him to change his mind. And that's pretty much the way that many of us are, including myself. I used to be this way as well until Yah led me to correct that way of thinking. And it's very important because it had caused me to miss out on previous wealth transfers that had occurred in the past. Even as I had explained to you guys before, that character flaws can prevent you from partaking in the wealth transfer. If you're not able to be flexible in the way that you think, you can't be rigid. You see, you have to be like clay in the hands of Yah and to go wherever he leads you. Because he may tell you a thing, you may hear things, and you hold on to that, and then you completely lock off and block yourself from blessings as a result of not being able to hear what Yah is doing currently, what he's doing at the moment, even right now. So again, this brother has proven himself to be very wise because he went ahead and searched it out, even though he didn't understand and he didn't want to do it.
And I didn't feel happy about it. So I wake up and I wasn't sure if this was a dream from the Lord because I've been thinking, I saw the video earlier on, or the day before, I thought maybe this was just my subconscious. But then I thought, I dreamt about a cryptocurrency and the dream was intelligently designed. So I began praying about it. I didn't receive a confirmation. I went back to sleep hoping to get a confirmation dream. Didn't. The next day, prayed about it. Didn't get a confirmation. Kept praying about it. So I prayed again and I said, Lord, don't just speak once because you understand that I don't know if you're confirming Kishu Inu for me. Because I never had a desire to get this coin. I didn't even care if it was a prophetic coin. I had no conviction to purchase this coin. And in the dream, like I said, in the dream, I felt like I was forced to be married to Kishu Inu. And I wondered if the Lord was saying, you need to get Kishu Inu. So I kept praying and praying and praying.
Okay, so another very important thing that I forgot to mention is that part where the auctioneer took his hand and united and joined it together with Kishu Inu. That, as a matter of fact, the lot of this dream reminds me of Joseph. It is clearly indicating that the Joseph anointing is over this brother's life as well. The whole thing reminds me of Joseph. The whole slaves auction thing, that most definitely reminds me of Joseph. But not only that part, but when the auctioneer joins his hands with Kishu Inu's, it symbolizes a marriage, even as he himself mentioned it. And I'm pretty sure that I've used that term here on this channel before, where I've told some of you guys not to be married to any coins. And that term marriage, as it relates to cryptocurrency, means long-term. So when he had said that the auctioneer was joining his hands with Kishu Inu's, like in a marriage, it basically means that he should be holding it for the long term. He shouldn't sell out early. Make sure that it had first canceled a couple of zeros before you consider selling. So that's what that means.
Cut a long story short, I talked to my wife today. She's far away from me right now. She's in another island. I asked her, did she have a dream? And she said she had a dream yesterday. Well, she actually told me the dream yesterday, but I didn't join the dots. I asked her about the dream she had yesterday about a dog. And I'm going to put the screenshot of what she sent me yesterday.
Okay, so after he had asked Yah for confirmations on his dream, Yah gave this dream to his wife. In my dream, a dog with white and brown color that was on a chain was about to break free. The dog is eager to break free. It was barking and wanted to unleash from being chained. The dog was placed in an abandoned garage. The garage had no doors, which obviously means that currently there's absolutely nothing that's holding Kishu Inu back from exploding. The dog wanted to get out, like it kept on barking and moving its head and its foot forward, indicating that it wanted to break free.
When I asked her about this dog, I said to her, do you know what breed of dog it is? And she said, no. I sent her pictures of real life Kishu Inus, and she said to me, it's that dog.
Okay, so here a brother had sent his wife a picture of a Kishu Inu dog, and she said that that was the dog she saw barking in the garage in her dream. The dog that is just on the brink of breaking free and start running. So there you go, guys. This dream was pretty awesome, and the interpretation is very clear. Now, let's jump right into the chart and see if we can see where Kishu Inu is headed next. Okay, guys, so if you think that you've seen anything yet with Kishu Inu, trust me, you haven't seen anything yet. First, let's check it out here on CMC. So the market cap for Kishu Inu is currently at $17 million, guys. We're coming all the way from, I think it was 1.6 million. Now we're at 17 million. And I think last night it went to all the way up to 24 million. I know it looks to be a lot currently, but this, nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. It hasn't even begun pumping as yet, guys. This is just nothing. Remember, back in 2021, this right here went to, I think it was around 2 billion something market cap, I believe, in 2021. It was in the billions. So like that's why I said that we haven't even started pumping as yet. That's absolutely nothing at all. So we have a ways to go. And what we're seeing currently with Kishu Inu, this is Kishu Inu on the daily. This is just the rocket starting to take off. The explosion is coming next. At some point, Kishu Inu is going to explode. This is just a rocket starting to take off. Not the explosion. They're two separate things. An explosion is coming for Shiba Inu, for Kishu Inu. And what is the explosion? The explosion will cancel several zeros. That will be the explosion. And so far, it has only canceled one. This is just a rocket taking off, according to that vision that I shared with you guys the other day. So this is Kishu Inu on the daily. Man, it's looking proper bullish. Look at this. Look at the size of this candle. Even though I'm not even going to try to say that this is any type of big candles, as regards Kishu Inu. This is nothing at all. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. But either way, we have the biggest daily candle that we've had in a while. And look, it didn't even manage to sell off completely. You see, that is good. That is still pretty bullish, guys. Very, very bullish. So it's still looking bullish even on the daily. But now, let's put it up here on the weekly real quick. Okay, so if you guys recall, in one of my recent videos concerning Kishu Inu, I showed you guys that it was coming all the way up here at 902. And how did I know this? I mentioned this candle right here, that it was going to use this candle, this wick right here as resistance. And so it came right here, guys, right up here at 902, right here. It basically came at 903. So it was, it's basically right there. It's right there, guys. That's exactly where it came. And so it ran into resistance and we had a temporary sell-off. And that's how I knew it was coming right there. And then we have this other wick. It's going to come up here next. 903 basically. 903 is coming up here next. And judging by its current behavior, I'm thinking that it may very well plow right through this area right here at 903. And that's all judging by how it's been behaving lately. Because we're still early. You see, this giant of a community is still awakening to Kishu Inu being alive again. The entire community, which is at least 500,000 people, and I'm pretty sure that very soon that number is going to double to 1 million. They still aren't entirely aware of what's going on with Kishu. You just wait until the majority starts to wake up and become aware of what Kishu Inu is currently doing. I tell you, the FOMO is going to kick in because guess what now, guys? Kishu Inu's community love this token. You see, hardly you see a token or a community like this, perhaps XRP, where the community and the holders, they love passionately this token. That's one thing I can tell you for sure. You see, the holders and the fans of Kishu Inu, they love Kishu Inu a lot. So Kishu Inu is driven not only by community, but by passion. And I tell you, that's a very powerful combination right there. Community-driven tokens, do not underestimate them, because that's what send Shiba Inu up to 6 zeros, canceling 6 zeros back in 2021. And I'm pretty sure that that's what Kishu Inu is aiming to do currently. It's about to pull off a Shiba Inu and about to mint a lot of multimillionaires. Yes, guys, that's exactly what it's doing. Now, this is it on the weekly. Now, what I want you guys to pay attention is, look at the size of this candle right here, this green candle right here. Do you guys see this candle right here? Look at the size of these weekly candles. And there are several of them, not just one. There's one right here, there's another right here, and there's another right here. What I'm showing you is the normal, regular pumps for Kishu Inu hasn't even come as yet. These are some very tiny candles, even though it's been, what now, 5 of them? 5 of them? So we would like to see a red weekly candle. We may see a red weekly candle. It may consolidate here on one of these weekly candles, but regardless, what I know for sure, and I can, listen, I know for a fact, we're going to have a massive weekly candle coming up. I don't know when exactly, but it's coming up very soon. Like I said, these weekly candles have been very tiny. These aren't even the normal candles for Kishu Inu. I'm going to show you what a normal candle for Kishu Inu looks like. And I'm going to have to pull that up on the monthly charts for you guys to see that. But next, after it comes here, it's coming here next at 903. And then it may plow through it. We may consolidate a little bit here, but judging by the explosiveness of its behavior lately, it may just treat this resistance right here as nothing, plow right through it. Where is it headed next? You guys want to know where it's coming next. It's coming all the way up here, guys, at 907. 907, all the way here at the top of this wick over here, 9076, right up here, guys. And it's going to go up there very, very fast. Like I said, we are due for a red weekly candle pretty soon. Not necessarily have to happen now. Even this weekly candle that we're currently at, it may very well just go all the way up there by itself. That's not at all impossible as well. You know, based off of a number of factors. It could just form one weekly candle that will take us all the way up here at the 906 and 907 at the top of this wick. And then we have a minor sell-off and more consolidation. It could very well do that. It's not impossible. Because I'm expecting a much bigger weekly candle like one of these candles over here. Oh yes, it's definitely coming, guys. But let's go ahead and jump right over to the monthly time frame. Let me show you guys something real quick. Now, this chart is for all of you guys who haven't gotten into Kishu Inu and you're wondering if it's too late. I want you to pay attention to this. You can't even see this pump on the monthly charts. Kishu Inu is still flatlined on the monthly charts. Look at it. Can you see this pump? It's not visible. That tells you that Kishu Inu it hasn't even begun pumping as yet. Because for one, look, it hasn't even reached the bottom of this candle over here. Look at this. The bottom of this candle right here is 904 or 905, let's call it. Let's say 905. 905. And look at this. Kishu Inu is nowhere near that as yet. 905. So we're below the bottom, basically. We're literally below the bottom, guys. So that's for you guys who have been wondering if it's too late to get into Kishu Inu. Kishu Inu is literally below the bottom. It hasn't even begun pumping as yet. So I'd say yes, considering where it's heading, where I know it's definitely heading, it is still early. And the explosion hasn't occurred yet. Like I said, the explosion will take out several zeros. I'm thinking 4 to 5 zeros at least. So what does a normal pump for Kishu Inu looks like? This candle right here shows you a normal pump, and this candle as well shows you a normal pump for Kishu Inu. It did it twice, more than once. Look at this. And that a normal pump would take it up to 8 zeros. It would cancel another zero, guys. 8 zeros 2 for that one, and 8 zeros 1 for this one. I mean, they're basically the same size candles. It's just that this one begun a little bit higher than this one over here. They're the same size candle. But what I'm indicating is a normal size candle, a normal size pump for Kishu Inu. That will take it up to 8 zeros 1. So what I'm saying basically is Kishu Inu will pump to at least 8 zeros 1 coming up next, very, very soon. At least. That is like nothing. That's a normal pump for Kishu Inu, and it will most certainly do it. Now, a nice pump is at its all-time high. A nice pump would be at 8 zeros 8, going up to at the top of this wick right here at 8 zeros 9, basically going even into the 7 zeros. It's basically heading into the 7 zeros at this point. That would be a nice pump. And according to the prophecy, this is its recent all-time high that it had in 2021. It's going to take out this all-time high here. It's going much higher than that. Because what we're about to experience is its breakthrough pump. You see, it's not those runs that it had while it was tied to its leash. It's about to jump through the window. It's about to have a breakthrough. And it's going to take out 8 zeros 8 like nothing. Going into new territory and reaching into new price points. Because we haven't seen the explosion yet. The FOMO hasn't even kicked in yet. Not for Kishu Inu and not for Lunkas yet as well. If you think that the FOMO has kicked in for any of these coins, it has not. Whenever the FOMO kicks in, it will be pretty clear. It will be clear to all of you guys. Yeah, so that is most definitely what I'm expecting coming up very soon for Kishu Inu. We can expect it to eat another zero very soon. That is nothing. That's a normal pump. Because like I said, it hasn't even been showing up on the monthly charts. This recent pump that we have, that's nothing at all. It hasn't begun. The FOMO will kick in soon, and within very, very quickly, guys. It's coming right up here at the top of this wick. It's going to eat a zero heading into the 8 zeros, because you see how it's behaving recently. Whenever it pumps, it reaches a new price point, and then it starts to consolidate. You see, it's not retracing back down here, which is very good. Why? Because it had hit rock bottom down here. So it's now currently going parabolic. There's only one place left to go, and it's up. It's basically at the bottom, still at the bottom right now, still at the bottom at these prices. It's still at the bottom. So all you guys need to do now, the ones who have gotten in down here, anywhere down here in these pumps, all you have to do is just hold. Hold for the long term. And especially if you can hold in your cold storage, it's all the better for you. Because as I've explained recently, as the price of Kishu Inu increases, your reflections will also increase. So you'll be getting passive income in that way. You guys are receiving billions of Kishu Inu, even as the activity on the exchanges and when people are sending to and from wallets with Kishu Inu, you'll be getting more from the reflections. And that will serve as a passive income as the prices increase, the price in Kishu Inu. So you guys are sitting pretty. You guys are looking good. You guys who've gotten into Kishu, it's still not late. For you guys who are considering whether or not, if it's safe now to get in, you still can. But consider to be holding it long term, not to be selling, not unless it is canceled at least 4 to 5 zeros. I mean, you can most definitely take profits along the way. That's wisdom. But I'm talking about selling the bulk of your holdings, not until it has dropped at least 4 to 5 zeros, perhaps 6 zeros. There's prophecies out there of it going up to 80 cents. And I can most definitely see this coin going to $1, especially if the whole community of Kishu Inu wakes up. And then they start to shill it to other people, it could easily go to $1. And adding to that, Bitcoin crashing further, and we have a liquidity shift. This coin could very well catch on fire. So there you have it, guys. Kishu Inu is looking pretty good, very healthy. And the run for this puppy dog here has only just begun. So that's what I wanted you guys to know. You guys do with the information what you will. You know, anything that you guys heard mentioned in this video by me or anyone else should not be taken as any financial advice. Now, you guys do with the information what you will. Position yourselves. Peace. Shalom. Until next time.